Interestingly, ironically, whatever you want to call it, the World Trade Center just hired 2 weeks ago the head of the FBI's National Security Division for Counterterrorism in New York to augment and take over their security.
It is our greatest resource. We talk about all of the high-tech things that the FBI has, all of the tools in our arsenal, and the greatest tool that we have is our employees, the men and women that come in and day out and work long, hard hours to accomplish their missions and their tasks, and to do it under the rule of law, to do it every single day, to protect people's constitutional rights, their civil rights, but at the same time protect them from all of the bad things that are out there.
On August 22, 2001, FBI agent John O'Neill resigned from the Bureau, citing repeated obstruction of his investigations into al-Qaeda. Former FBI Deputy Director John O'Neill wanted to investigate the terrorists who were planning to blow up the trade towers on 9/11, but he was prevented from doing so by President George Bush. President Clinton was already hindering investigations by protecting Saudi interests during the 1990s. His approach to terror was weak. However, where Clinton said go slow, Bush policymakers said no go, disgusted and angry at both the Bush and Clinton administrations. FBI agent John O'Neill ended his career by resigning office, as the biography of his book detailed. After further terrorist attacks at the Khobar Towers barracks in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, and the USS Cole in Aden Harbor, O'Neill's biggest problem was not al-Qaeda. It was resistance from top officials inside the United States government. In his pursuit of al-Qaeda, O'Neill, according to people who worked closely with him, began to have serious concerns over complicity by those inside the Clinton and Bush administrations. There was the mysterious theft in the summer of 2000 of his briefcase at a Tampa hotel during a retirement seminar where the only participants were 150 other FBI agents.
O'Neill attended a conference of other agents in Florida.
We were meeting in Bal Harbor at the Marriott. John came in, he is just, I don't remember seeing John as distraught as he was this night. What has happened, he told me, he left his briefcase in this room of 150 FBI agents and got a phone call. Couldn't hear on his cell phone, so he just walked outside to take his call. Walked back in, his briefcase was gone. He was completely freaked.
O'Neill's bag contained classified documents.
In the briefcase were a few classified emails and a classified document called the Annual Field Office Report, a summary of the New York FBI's Office Counterterrorist and Counterintelligence Operations, including one very sensitive investigation being conducted by another New York counterintelligence FBI special agent, Michael Dick. After the incident, whoever stole O'Neill's briefcase had found out what O'Neill knew about both al-Qaeda and their Israeli shadows. Special Agent Dick, who worked closely with O'Neill, had discovered a troubling ring of Israeli movers operating in New York and New Jersey, many of whom had past connections to Israeli intelligence and military demolition units. John O'Neill was given a new career as Deputy of Security at the World Trade Center in New York City for the private security team of the leaseholder of the building, Larry Silverstein.
And I joked with him, I said, well, that'll be an easy job. They're not going to bomb that place again. And he said, well, actually, he immediately came back and he said, no, actually, they've always wanted to finish that job. I think they're going to try again.
We left about 2:30. John gave me a big bear hug and said, I'll see you tomorrow. And John went home, and that was the last I saw him.